You know what, guys, nowadays I'm clearly more focused into Asphalt 9 as I have been for the last months, but of course I still keep playing Asphalt 8 from time to time, so today I decided to have a look at all what I have been through during my 9-year Asphalt 8 trip. This is something unusual if you have been watching my Asphalt 9 videos, but same as I'm posting this today, tomorrow I will upload a different video about Asphalt 9. So anyways, let's get into it. I discovered Asphalt 8 in a family dinner, where my cousins showed me a new game which looked fairly nice for the time being. This is around 2013, early 2014. Nowadays I look at Asphalt 8 and I do really think it's still one of the best racing games available for smartphones, iPads and that stuff, because sure thing we have Asphalt 9 which represents a jump in terms of graphics, we also have Racing Master and Real Racing, but honestly Asphalt 8 at matte graphics look quite nice to me. To clear things out, I wasn't a car guy back then. I never ever tried any Asphalt game until I decided to start playing Asphalt 8 with my younger brother. You know, the time kept passing and at the beginning I used to play it extremely casually, you know, I wasn't really following a specific goal or something like that. I just used to have fun the new way. Not gonna lie, I started spending money from a young age in terms of game timing and I used to make small purchases here and there. But it wouldn't be until 2017 when I started thinking about making a YouTube channel with my younger brother. I have to mention that I wasn't aware that there was an Asphalt 8 community back then, since I used to only check Instagram and of course there wasn't too much Asphalt 8 movement there. So there were great times nonetheless because Asphalt 8 was at its peaks in terms of player base and events around that time, and I would say that playing the game back then has never been more rewarding. At that point I had cars from Caps, multiplayer seasons, and I kinda had an idea about which car was worthy to invest and which wasn't. But it wouldn't be until late 2017 when my brother offered me to create a YouTube channel with him, which I accepted. As a fun fact, our first video wasn't even about Asphalt 8, it was about Clash Royale. But don't try to look for it since it was hidden, you know, long time ago for your sanity's sake. Our first Asphalt 8 video was about the Mercedes-Benz Silver Lightning, and I'm still surprised of the fact that I was able to do a 40 minutes long video. These were easier times, I think. The thing is that my brother was far more involved in the channel than me back then, so I just kinda helped him with some thumbnails and that stuff, while he focused sometimes in the gameplay. As another fun fact, the two oldest videos you can see from this channel right now were recorded by my younger brother, which is something I have been keeping until the right moment, so this is, for example, for now. As the years keep passing, I try to keep a consistent upload schedule with some bangers, as my first ever Asphalt 8 versus with another Asphalt 8 creator, which nowadays is known as White Hat. The first update information videos and so on, the very first page of content. My first video to explode in terms of views was this one about the Mini Cooper, which at the time was broken to grab multiplayer wars, honestly. At that time, I was extremely passionate about the game, and creating content and playing it and that stuff. And I used to upload way more often since there was always something to talk about. At that time as well, most of my friends, we were in the high school and that stuff, and all of them were kinda talking about making YouTube channels and that stuff. But I was the only one who was uploading more consistently and taking it a bit more seriously, The updates keep appearing and I was extremely focused on the game back then. It's important to note that back then I got my first copyright strike from Gamelot, which was kinda deserved now that I look backwards, because I talked about something I shouldn't have to. But, well, anyways, that didn't stop me from pursuing my next goal, which was joining the content creator program. In 2019, I accomplished my biggest goal, the only thing that I guess no one else managed to get so far in Asphalt 8. A part of me will always remain in Asphalt 8 through the Terra 9 contest, where, I had to draw a hover car, and if I win, I could get any car of my choice, and there I won my Koenigsegg Jesko. And there I had the chance of seeing my hover car design inside of the game as an NPC car in the new track, which was at the time Terra 9, where it can be appreciated up to this day. In the summer of 2019, I was on holidays with my family when my Asphalt 8 Content Creators Program application was finally accepted, And I still remember how I rushed to the hotel hall because I really needed my electronic sync in order to, accept the program conditions through a contract and that stuff. I would say that right after joining the program, my channel truly exploded because I got early access to the new cars, the update information and so on. And also the comparisons. As a result of that, the thumbnail improvements and other little things helped my channel to achieve my first 10,000 subscribers, which led to the face reveal. It was early 2021, I guess. It was at college, and since I promised I will do a face reveal, I fulfilled my promise. And from then, I will do a few more videos with my face until I discover the magic of the scripts, which unfortunately were kinda incompatible with making videos with my face, and that's why nowadays I just, show my face at my live stream and that stuff. The following years, right after that, everything kept growing, my cars count, my correct predictions about the game, the update reviews, and much, much more. The truth is that behind of that YouTube growth, I have had a ton of dramas with some elements of the community. I have been cancelled in Facebook, in China, and a ton more dramas and issues that now that I look backwards were quite funny considering that most of them happened over a racing game. Gameloft introduced the Creator of the Month award, and for example, I was the person who won that the most times in a row, which eventually led to the next achievement, which was being promoted inside of the game, in a billboard and that stuff, as well as obtaining my own Creator event for all the community to enjoy. I have been in Asphalt 8 for years. I have been playing on the ups and downs against all odds. I have seen the fusion coins being introduced and the game changing up to a point where it's completely different from what it used to be a few years back. I have uploaded over 500 videos exclusively about Asphalt 8. I have poured hundreds upon hundreds of dollars in giveaways for all the community, same as I have spent thousands on this game itself with absolutely zero regrets. I have met some of the best people I will probably ever know from this community, as well as some of the worst kind of people that you can ever think of. I have seen kings of the game rising, I have seen kings of the game falling behind, and most of the cars changing stats through the time. And looking backwards, honestly, I would do it again. Thank you so much for the Asphalt 8 community for giving me the chance of interacting with such a nice amount of people, or 90% of them, since no one is perfect, to the devs and to everyone else who provided me with clips and material to create content for the community. It's hard for me to keep uploading content about two games nowadays, especially with the college, and know that I'm a bit more involved with Asphalt 9, but undoubtedly Asphalt 8 will always have a special place in my heart, and will always be a special game for me. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is kinda not a really long video, but I didn't really want it to make it super long, and I will see you really soon with much more Asphalt content. Thank you so much for everything, guys, and I will see you really soon. Goodbye. My body, my body, feel it in my body.